for you, love.
Thank you.
You were up late last night, weren't you?
Yep, that's why I'm going in late this morning.
Oh?
Done a good night's paperwork there last night, kid. And it's all in the bag. Which should mean a nice cushy day.
Is that why you're in such a good mood?
Yep.
Have you done anything particular for your tea tonight?
No. Yeah. I could have you on 2 rounds of, Hey, what's this?
What?
This is from a loan company saying I'm behind with me payments. What loan? I haven't had any bloody loan.
£1,500?
Oh, why, yeah, at 29% interest.
I don't understand.
You don't understand.
It's got your name and address on it.
Don't care what it's got, it's all news to me. So I'll soon get to the bottom of this, and I won't mince my words. Hey, the only loan I've ever had is the mortgage on this house. This is from some little loan shark company, this.
Bob, don't ring.
What?
Don't ring.
Why not?
I think there's something you should know.
Like what?
It's about old Barry.
Hey, Harry, it's that woman you wrote to, Madge Richmond. She wants to speak to you.
Madge Richmond? Does she sound okay?
Well, if she's half as nice as her voice.
Right. Hello, Mrs. Richmond. Oh, all right, Madge. My name's Harold Cross. Harry to me, friends. Yes, it's nice to speak to you. Well, that's why I wrote you, and no doubt that's why you've rang. Yeah. Well, you pick the time and date, and I shall certainly be there. No. Ladies first. Yes, that's fine. No, but I know where it is. Oh, all right. Oh, how shall I recognize you? You'll be wearing a green coat. You'll be wearing a green coat.
Green coat.
So, how much did you see Barry hand over?
Oh, I don't know. The bloke was in a car. I couldn't hear the conversation.
So what's our Barry handing money to a fella in the car got to do with this letter?
Bob, it was a thick wad of notes, maybe as much as £1,500.
What, you think Barry borrowed the money off the loan company to give to this guy in the car?
I think so, yes. Must have been in some kind of trouble. That's probably why he left so suddenly.
But the letter's addressed to me, isn't it? You don't think he's borrowed the money in my name, do you?
Looks that way, yes.
But why? That's what I don't understand. Why my name?
Well, that's probably the only way he could get it.
I see. Borrows the money in my name, eh? And I'm the one being threatened. Well, do you see that? If our Barry was here, I'd hit him so bloody hard.
Bob, there's probably a very good explanation.
Oh, good explanation. There better be. Lumbering us with a debt for £1,500 to some bloody loan company.
Oh, Bob, all right, all right.
Well, these loan sharks can get very, very nasty. I've heard stories of bailiffs going to people's houses and ripping all the furniture out. Well, that's just for a couple of £100. So what do we do if I don't get in touch with them?
Well, we could contact our Barry.
Oh, yeah, fine, go on then. All right. Do you know where he's hiding? No, and neither do I.
Love. All I'm asking is you think about it before you go diving in head first. You're not thinking straight.
I'm thinking as straight as I ever have. Especially where our Barry's concerned.
Please, for me.
Oh, Jesus. All right. Right. But I tell you what, it goes against the grain. And we'll talk about it later.
Come in. Ah, Sandra.
You wanted to see me, Mrs. Clayton?
Yes, please.
Nothing wrong, is there?
No. In fact, quite the reverse. That's why I want to speak to you. There's a vacancy for number 7.
Sister's job.
Yes. You see, the position needs to be filled urgently, preferably by someone already in the hospital. We need somebody who'll settle into the routine without any fuss.
Makes good sense. What's it got to do with me, Mrs. Clayton?
Well, you do seem to have the right qualifications.
You're not suggesting.
I am, you know.
You mean you're offering me a sister's post?
The possibility of it. Would you be interested, Sandra?
Of course I would. Jump at the chance. I've often dreamt about promotion, but I never thought it'd be handed to me in a plate.
Well, not on a plate. You'll have to apply for it through the normal channels.
Oh, so it's not definite then?
Let's just say you're on a very short shortlist, shall we? And with my recommendation, well...
Say no more. I'll apply.
Good.
I didn't know there was a vacancy for number 7 in the hospital.
This vacancy's on the private ward.
What?
That's not a problem, is it?
I don't think I'd like to work in a private ward.
Oh, I see.
In fact, I know I wouldn't.
You know what it could mean if you turn your nose up at this opportunity, don't you?
Yes, that's stuck to my principles.
Which could result in having to wait years for another chance of promotion.
Well, that's something I'll just have to live with.
But your principles come before your career, do they?
Oh, stop cleaning me shoes, will you?
I haven't finished.
I mightn't be meeting her.
Why not?
For a lot of reasons.
Such as?
The Walker Art Gallery, for one.
Well, what about it?
Well, she's obviously been there. That's why she wants to see me there.
So?
And she might turn out to be a bit of eyebrow.
Not necessarily. All kinds of people go to the art gallery.
I haven't.
Well, you should, Daddy. They've got some lovely paintings there.
And again, she was a bit too keen for my liking.
Keen?
Well, she arranged the day and the date, didn't she? As you said yourself. That was quick. Why?
Who knows? Maybe she was lonely, being a widow.
Maybe she's desperate to grab some man. Any man she can, me.
Harry, let's face it, mate. You're no spring chicken yourself, are you?
No, age isn't the issue. All looks. Not that I couldn't look after myself in that department.
So, what are you saying, then?
What I'm saying is, I'd be a good catch for somebody on a paltry widow's pension. I own 2 houses. I'm not exactly skint, am I?
No, but...
Then there's me body.
Your body? What about your body?
Well, I might have a dodgy ticket, but the rest of me function's all right. And some of these old widows have been on their own for a while. Well, you never know, do you?
So, you definitely aren't meeting Madge, then?
I never said that. I said I mightn't. But I will meet her. With insurance cover.
Well, amongst other things, the NHS seems to be the poor relation of the private sector.
So that's your basic objection, is it?
Oh, I could list loads of things I object to.
I'm sure you could. Tell me, Sandra, what do you think would happen if all the private wards in the country were closed tomorrow? I'll tell you, shall I? The NHS would be even more stretched to cope than it is now. So as far as I'm concerned, they serve a purpose.
That's as maybe, Mrs. Clayton. But I can't change the way I feel.
Look, before you make any rash decision that you may later regret...
I won't change my mind. I want to be a nurse for a long time yet, but not in a private ward, no way.
Nobody's saying you'll have to work on a private ward indefinitely. It would depend on you. You can always move sideways back onto an NHS ward. And as I'm sure you know, it's easier to move sideways than upwards.
So, can I think about it?
By all means.
See, when I say no, I want to be 100% certain I've made the right decision.
Don't think too long, though. We want to make an appointment quite soon.
Ambitions, me?
No, the fella behind you, soft lugs.
I hadn't really thought about it. Oh, yeah, I have. I'd like to paint for England.
Do you think I get in the team?
Yeah, maybe as a sweeper.
What do you mean, a sweeper?
Well, you're not bad on the old brush, are you?
Tell you, it's a good job I like you, isn't it, eh?
Nah, but seriously, though, I think my only ambition at the moment is just to carry on working, you know.
Well, after your YGS course is finished, you mean?
Yeah. And Alligan did say when I was taken on that if I work well, he'd give me a permanent job.
Oh, yeah, I heard, yeah.
Well, you do think I will be kept on, don't you?
Well, there's a chance, yeah, but, well, there's no guarantees, you know that.
I bet if you stood in my corner, though.
Don't worry, I will. I'm very impressed with your performance, you know. And I'll tell you, if there's anything Alligan likes, it's somebody who works hard. But, I'm saying no more, all right?
That's all I need to know.
Good. Well, are you going to get me that stuff or not?
Oh, yeah, sorry. I'll be a minute, sir.
Afternoon. Ted Cook?
Yeah.
Sheila Grant, Damon's mum.
It's nice to meet you at last, Mrs. Grant.
And you. I've heard a lot about you.
Not all bad, I hope.
What are you doing here?
Well, we finished work early, due to some speedy graft by your lad.
Oh?
Yeah, he's getting me some stuff for a job I'm doing at home, you know. Some kind of painter I am, eh? All brushes and no tapes.
Wouldn't it have been easier to take it off your job?
Mrs. Grant, I don't take anything that doesn't belong to me.
Oh, not like someone we both know. Light-fingered vase snatcher?
Oh, aye. Mrs. Grant, I never thought Damon did it, you know.
I know. What happened to the bloke?
Well, Jerry, Halligan found some excuse to get rid of him.
Well, I can't say I'm sorry.
Me neither. If he wasn't smoking, drinking, he was blowing his money down at the betting shop. Now, he was going nowhere, you know. But now Damon, for instance.
What's his chances of being kept on full-time?
Well, look, I don't want to say anything to him because I don't want him taking it for granted, but I think he'll be kept on.
Oh, do you think so?
Well, definitely. You know, my word counts for something.
Thanks.
Mum, this is...
Gareth, I know we've been talking about the Terps.
There you go, Ted.
Thanks, Dad. Well, I'll be off then.
Nice meeting you.
Goodbye, Mrs. Grant.
Bye-bye, love.
See you, Ted. Thanks for the lift.
My pleasure.
Nice man.
Yeah. Hey, Mum. Never guess what he just told me about the job.
Surprised me.
Shouldn't I get out of the way?
Oh, you're all right. We've got 10 minutes yet.
You were a long time in the gents, weren't you?
Yeah, I shouldn't have drunk that last pint.
No, I could have drunk it. Been better than the orange juice I had to have.
You're not supposed to drink and drive.
Are you nervous about meeting Madge?
Me nervous? Why should I be nervous?
Well, you don't usually leave your fly at half-mast, do you?
My God.
I can't see anyone in a green coat here.
If you do, scarp her fast. She might be early.
Yeah, all right.
Right, let's check. What's the plan?
Well, if you like her, you'll scratch your nose and I'll buzz up.
And if I don't?
You'll wipe your forehead and I'll come dashing over and say you've got to come home right away because the pipes have all burst and your house is flooded.
Spot on. I'm all right then.
Look fine, yeah?
Oh, no. I won't be long.
You just been?
I'm going down to comb my hair.
Well, what happens if Madge turns up and you're not here?
Use your common sense.
How?
Well, if she turns up while I've gone, ask her to wait. If she hasn't turned up by the time I get back, don't say anything to her. All right?
Yeah, all right. Ah.
You waiting for me?
I beg your pardon?
Sorry, Madge. Harold Cross. Pleased to meet you. In the flesh, so to speak.
Don't get vulgar with me. I've heard about men like you.
What? Not Madge.
You call me Madge.
Oh, I've got it. You're backing out now, aren't you, Mrs. Richmond?
Look, I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm not cracked up to what you thought it'd be.
Look, I don't know who you think I am, but I'm not. So go away now.
Look, I don't like people messing me around. So if you don't fancy me, just say so. And stop pretending that you're not Madge Richmond. And come to think of it, I don't like you. You're too toughy-nosed for my liking.
Oh, excuse me.
Hey, what are you doing? What's this woman told you?
I've told him you've been trying to force your attentions on me.
If I had any attentions, You'd be the last woman on earth that forced them on.
Excuse me. Is your name Madge Richmond?
Yes, it is.
I thought so with your green coat. Only it is somewhat bluey.
You must be,
Harold Cross?
Yes.
No, I'm Ralph Hardwick. I live with him. Well, only because we're both widowers. It was me who first spoke to you on the phone this morning.
Oh, yes. Do you know, I recognise your voice, Mr. Hardwick.
Ralph.
Ralph.
Oh, I'd better explain before you ask. That's Harold Cross over there.
Oh, him.
Oh, right, mate. It's sunk in, has it? I was here to meet another woman. And I just hope she's not as batty as you, love.
He does seem to have a terrible temper.
Yeah, I suppose he has, really. But he's not a bad bloke, considering.
What's going on?
Well, it's a case of mistaken identity. You see, he thought that lady was you.
Look, about Mr. Cross. You see, this is the first time I've done this. Oh, I feel so embarrassed.
No, go on, speak your mind.
Well...
Look, don't get him wrong. He doesn't always shut his mouth off.
Yeah.
Look, some not cookie women in this town. Molest her. She should be so lucky. It's that Madge Richmond's fault for being late. Women.
Harry, this is Madge Richmond.
Oh, now you tell me.
So you sorted out with the attendant, did you?
Eventually. I don't know what he's got on with that hat of his, but it's certainly not brains.
Well, while you were over there, Madge and I were having a little chat. Weren't we, Madge?
Yes, Ralph.
So I see. How do you do, Madge?
How do you do?
What a very good start to a relationship.
No, it's not a very good way to begin.
That's if you're still interested. I feel all shook up at what happened over there. I don't feel very sociable. Come on, Ralph. Drive me home.
What about Mrs. Richmond?
Oh, no, don't you worry about me. I shall be all right.
Oh, no, don't be silly after you coming all the way from the Wirral.
It's not all that far.
Look, I was thinking, Madge, seeing as you're here, wouldn't you like to come back to our place? Well, to Harry's place for something to eat?
Well,
You won't mind, will you?
Oh, if you want to.
Well then, Madge.
Well, only if it's no trouble.
Oh, not at all. My pleasure.
I think you'd be soft, Sans. I'd jump at any kind of promotion.
I agree with Terry. Well, it's the principle of the thing.
What principle?
Well, for one, I'm against people suffering. Just because they haven't got as much as the Lord and Lady Mutts of this world. And that's who the private wards cater for, you know. Those who can afford to pay for special treatment.
Yeah, but look, this is not a fair world. We all know that, so if you can't beat them...
How could I live with my conscience, though?
Oh, I think you're taking this too serious.
It's a serious matter. There's something badly wrong with the system that puts one kind of person in an overcrowded, understaffed ward while another gets the best of everything.
Yeah, but who would gain if you didn't take the job?
What?
I mean, wouldn't you only be screwing yourself? No one else would suffer.
True. I've wanted a sister's job for some time now. And the money'd be good.
Well, that'd be handy, wouldn't it?
And if I did take the job, I could always move back into the NHS.
You can't live on your principles.
I think you'd be a mug to pass up a job like that.
Think about it, Sandra. I mean, you've mentioned the cuts in the NHS before. And what's next on the chopping block, eh? Could be the nurses.
From your hospital.
So stuff your principles. Apply for it.
Oh, yes, I was on the railways for years, Madge. It was a great job, travelling all over the country.
Isn't that a coincidence?
What is?
I love train journeys.
Do you?
Oh, yes. I sometimes take trips just for the pleasure of seeing the countryside, particularly in the summer. It may sound silly, but there's something magical about speeding through the countryside in a train.
Oh, no, it's not silly. I know exactly how you feel.
I worked on the railways too.
Did you, Mr. Cross?
Yeah, he did. In fact, I'll tell you, Madge, if me and him had £1 for every mile we chalked up.
I can speak for myself, thank you.
Do you mind if I use your bathroom before I go, Mr. Cross?
Yeah, sure. It's just across the way. You can't miss it. Ralph left the door open.
Thank you.
Lovely woman, eh, Harry?
My lovely woman.
Oh, be fair.
My advert.
Look, I'm sorry the way things turned out, honest.
Yeah, you will be.
Why'd you say that?
Because you're paying for the advert.
Well, come on, what are we going to do about our Barry?
Well, I've been giving it a lot of thought.
Yeah, so have I, and he's gone too far this time. He needs a lesson he won't forget.
Why, what are you planning to do?
Well, I'm going to get in touch with the loan company. I'm going to tell them what he's done and let them chase after him.
You can't do that, Dad.
Can I? You just watch.
You can't. And before you dive in head first, just think about the consequences.
What are you going on about?
Well, he signed your name, didn't he? That's fraud.
Well, he should have thought about that before he'd done it.
Well, you're not throwing my son in prison for £1,500. I'll pay it myself first. You stay away from that loan company.
Well, I think you might have to, because I'm not putting a penny towards it. And I can't see our Barry coughing up.
Mum, no good shouting on me, Dad. All this isn't his fault.
Yes, you're right. I'm sorry. Pointless in us arguing.
Sheila, it wants sorting out, and quick, like now.
Well, we'll talk about it later when we're both in a better frame of mind. I've got some studying to do.
Studying?
Yeah, I've got a tutorial tomorrow with Alan Jones.
Oh, that's great, isn't it? We're up to here in trouble and you're off to somebody's house for a bloody history lesson.
No, I'm not. We're having it here. It's all arranged.
Thank you very much, thank you. Now's not the time for bringing people back here, is it not with all... Oh, forget it, will you, Sheila? Forget it.
Well, I don't know what to say to you, Sam.
Well, Vicky says Sandra shouldn't bother to ask you.
You must have some opinions about it.
Well, look, we all know you're opposed in principle to private medicine. So I'd have thought the decision was obvious. If you stick to what you believe in, well, you've got to help with a job, haven't you?
Think that's what she'd do then, eh?
Yeah, but think of the money she'd be throwing away if she didn't take the job.
That's what I've been saying all along.
Well, look, when it comes down to it, it's up to you how you live your life, innit?
Yeah, I'm a nurse. I care for sick people, whoever they are. If they'd come into this world to make money, I'd have been a stockbroker.
Well, yeah, all right. But are you happy just being a staff nurse? I mean, wouldn't you feel a lot more fulfilled if you were a sister? Oh, come on, you'd be a great sister. Listen, which would make you happier? Staying ideologically sound or enjoying your work more?
Oh.
Oh, hey, what is all this? Can't you give it a rest? Just apply for the bloody thing, then sort your conscience out when you're being offered the job.
Oh. But you're right, you know. I'll apply.